Ufology. Hundreds of high-ranking people who have come forward to tell the world that UFOs are not only real, but also that some of them are in fact extraterrestrial in origin. Such as a former chief of defense and chairman of the NATO Military Committee telling us that we are being visited, and have been visited by people from outer space. Other high-ranking executives from the intelligence and aerospace community have also joined this program, including Steve Justice, the recent director for advanced systems development at Lockheed Skunk Works. They aim to let the world know that we are not alone, and that there are highly advanced technological objects in our atmosphere performing maneuvers that defy our laws of physics. Elizondo mentions that through his work, he learned the phenomenon is indeed real, and it deals with a physics we have yet to understand, and also that there are technologies within the black budget world that could benefit humanity. Yes, there have been crashed craft, and bodies recovered. We are not alone in the universe, they have been coming here for a long time. I happen to be privileged enough to be in on the fact that we have been visited on this planet, and the UFO phenomenon is real. Ancient artifacts discovered all around the globe depict ancient alien astronaut technology. The Nazca Desert in Peru is home to an arid plateau that stretches more than 50 miles. Archaeologists believe they were formed between 500 BCE and 500 CE. The patterns include clear images of fish, monkeys, spiders, and even humanoids, as well as dozens of long, straight lines. In 1901, scuba divers off the coast of Antikythera discovered a strange box among a shipwreck. Nearly 50 years later, after X-raying the box, a team of scientists discovered it contained a complex clockwork mechanism made up of over 30 bronze gears. Scientists believe it was created between 205 BCE and 60 BCE, and that it tracked the locations of the Moon and Sun through the solar system. Theodore C. Loader III, Ph.D., Professor Emeritus of Earth Sciences, University of New Hampshire, writes in a paper he made public in 2011. Intelligent beings from other star systems have been and are visiting our planet Earth. They are variously referred to as visitors, others, star people, they are visiting Earth now. This is not a matter of conjecture or wistful thinking. The Hopi Indians spoke of the Ant people, a race that comes from another world. By using an ancient portal, they were worshipped by the Indians as gods. These aliens were very friendly and love humans. On many occasions they would help us and made prophecies that would lead humankind into the right and peaceful ways. The Ant people were close to them as long as they were on this planet. The Nagas. Naga is the Sanskrit and Pali word for a deity or class of entity or being, taking the form of a very great snake, specifically the king cobra, a specific type of snake, found in Hinduism and Buddhism, and Jainism. In a large number of ancient civilizations, there were manifestations of faith for figures with the characteristics of lizard men. The Quetzalcoatl of the Aztec civilization or the Kukulkan, for the Mayas, which in both cases means feathered serpent or beautiful feathered serpent, gives us a first indication of reptiles as icons. Also in Egyptian culture we find a reptilian god, or better known as the god crocodile Sobek, to whom is attributed the grace of fertility, vegetation and human life. In the Middle East, there are some reptilian beings ranging from some jinn or demons to dragons, passing through reptile men. This tradition dates back to immemorial years. In one of the apocryphal books, supposedly the lost link of Jasher or Yasha is described as a human snake race that enter our world in form of ships or portals. The Abu Sir Pyramids, site of Abu Ghurab, has claimed to be one of the oldest sites on the planet. Within Abu Ghurab lies an ancient platform made of alabaster, Egyptian crystal, and is said to be in tune with the vibration of Earth. It can also open the senses in order for a person to communicate and be one with higher, sacred energies of the universe. Essentially, it is a stargate and the sacred energies. As the legends of Abu Ghurab being a stargate, there are also signs of what some would perceive to be advanced technology having been used to create the site. One example is the perfectly precise circular markings that have been drilled into the alabaster. The Anunnaki. Sumerian history is gleaned from archaeologic and geologic evidence. Written records are in the form of cuneiform tablets. Reportedly, some 500,000 tablets have been recovered, but only a small number have been translated. Much was also learned from translations of Babylonian records. Sumer was considered ancient in Babylonian times. Sumerians worshipped the Anunnaki, said to be the children of earth and sky, and the sky god, and Ki, the earth goddess. Chief among them was Enlil, god of air. This pantheon was passed to the Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian cultures. This gods the Anunnaki came from the home planet Nibiru. Paul Hellyer, Canada's former Minister of National Defence, decades ago, visitors from other planets warned us about where we were headed and offered to help. But instead, we, or at least some of us, interpreted their visits as a threat, and decided to shoot first and ask questions after. Stanton Friedman, a retired nuclear physicist and longtime UFO researcher. He's authored many books, one of them being Crash at Corona, the definitive study of the Roswell incident with exclusive testimony on a second New Mexico crash site. This book explores Egyptian hieroglyphics and characters from the Greek alphabet which are said, according to researchers like Friedman, to have adorned the crashed spacecraft's exterior. A book titled The Day After Roswell, where he details the same information and other aspects about the bodies and extraterrestrial technology that was recovered according to the above sources and some of the folklore. The craft featured handprints like those in the picture. These pictures are the real deal. Many witness drawings and testimonies from people who've seen Egyptian symbols on UFOs. In addition, two of the most famous and well-documented UFO cases of all time have some striking similarities, hieroglyphs, similar to the ones from ancient Egypt. The grandchildren of Major General Jesse Marcel, the man who oversaw the cleanup of the debris from the 1947 crash, shared riveting new details about the event. One of those details was that geometric symbols appeared on the Roswell crash debris, including a triangle with a sphere on top. This triangle symbol is reminiscent of what was seen on a similar UFO craft more than 30 years later in the United Kingdom. Ufologist Nick Pope is famous for reopening the then-buried case in 1994, and ever since, the Rendlesham UFO case has remained another, frustrating, unexplained UFO file. In addition to Roswell and Rendlesham, similar symbols have shown up in modern-day crop circles and even alien abduction accounts.